Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center, Wareham, Massachusetts. I'm sitting here on a very hot Friday afternoon. It's actually cooled down quite a bit. I'm sitting in the shade, surrounded by my citronella candles, because once the shade comes, so do the skeeters, but I'm doing pretty good. So I started doing readings on the 4 congresswomen separately to see if there was anything we needed to be concerned about. And then, of course, in true Mercury retrograde style, it got all messed up. So I thought that I would pull oracle cards on the 4 congresswomen. And I'm using the Goddess Oracle deck. Okay, this is one of my favorites for Oracle decks. It is by Doreen Virtue, and I know a lot of people are pissed off at her for, I don't know, getting all Christian. But I think the decks still are valid, and not all her decks are good, but this one is one of my favorites. So I thought I would pick a card for each of the 4 progressive congresswomen, because to me they all embody an aspect of the goddess, and I want to see what goddesses come up for them, because I feel as though they all need a little something different. Okay, so let's start with Ilhan Omar. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card here. Whoops. Of course, I'm doing this on my lap, so things are starting to fly already. Okay, so this is interesting. She got Irene, the goddess of peace, and it says, there is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. And I'm very happy to see that card, because of all of the women, she was the one I was most concerned with. So let's read about Eileen, according to this book here. And I'll read about the goddess first. It says, Irene is a Greek goddess whose sister included the goddesses of lawfulness and justice. Isn't that interesting? Irene becomes peacefulness to all who call upon her. The Romans referred to her as Pax, which means peace. Irene helps us replace worry with faith. She also reminds us to retain our childlike awe and enthusiasm of life. And it says, even though appearances may seem chaotic, I assure you that a higher plan is in action. This all-loving power is carrying and supporting you completely. Relax into the arms of divine love, and breathe away all cares, concerns, and worries. Put your focus into enjoying and appreciating each blessing. Your gratitude helps you attract even more blessings in your life. It says, give your cares and worries to heaven. Pray, meditate, engage in peace-enhancing activities such as yoga, sea salt bath, massage, naps, one of my favorites, music, playfulness, and the like. Okay, so that's lovely. All right, so we got Eileen for Ilhan Omar. Now let's look at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the congresswoman from the Bronx. Oops. Okay. And I get Siege, S-I-G-E, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Okay. And it's interesting because I just recently saw her grilling the guy. Is it Homeland Security, I think? And she looked really tired, and I think that I think this eclipse energy has been really tough on her, and I know that the eclipse activated her Chiron in Cancer. And one of the things about Cancer is that you really need, especially with Chiron in Cancer, you really need to have a lot of self-care. And so I hope that she is allowing herself that. If anybody knows her and wants to tell her, feel free. It says, take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And siege, we'll talk about siege, and I might be saying it right. No, I'm saying it right, siege. The Gnostic goddess Siege is considered to be the great silence or void from which all creation sprang. Siege reminds us that words can create duality, and in silence we find our true origin and self. Quiet is omnipresent. Quiet is the omnipresent power that gives birth to wisdom, just as the Gnostics hold that Siege is the mother of Sophia, the goddess of wisdom. Siege teaches us that our roots in the silent void of the universe, that our roots are in the silent void of the universe, and that it is important for us to reconnect with silence regularly. And it says here, Dearest one, quiet your mind, breathe and let go of words, worry, and plans. Go into the space of silence deep within you, that vortex of peace where the world doesn't enter. Now is the time to retreat to silence and spend time alone. I'll lovingly help you rejuvenate and recenter yourself. Don't try to make any decisions now. Just allow your mind to be at rest. You'll know soon enough when it's time to take action. But for now, quiet your mind and rest. So, yeah, I feel like she needs that. I feel like she really needs that. Okay, so let's pull a card on Rashida Tlaib, the congresswoman from, I believe it's Detroit, Michigan. Okay. Don't back down, Bridget. I don't think there's any chance. Stand up for what you believe is right. Well, this very much is. It's very interesting, the different energies here, right? But this is definitely... Bridget is a fire goddess. She's the goddess of the flame. And Rashida is a Leo. Let me read about Bridget first. She's a Celtic goddess. Bridget is the Celtic triple goddess, which means that she represents the three aspects of woman: the young virgin, the nurturing and loving mother, and the crone sage wise woman. Bridget is a fiery goddess who tirelessly protects those who call upon her, and she's a feminine counterpart to Archangel Michael's warrior energy. Bridget's temple in Kildare Island is in Kildare Island, Ireland. She is celebrated worldwide on February 1st, the ancient sacred day called Imbolc, which marks the beginning of springtime and the increase in daylight. In the Catholic tradition, it's the feast of Saint Blaise, and they do the blessing of the throats. And you certainly need a throat to stand up and not back down. It says, first be quite clear about your intentions. If you're unclear, then confusion will lessen your power and force. Like a candle in the dark, be very clear and bright in what is acceptable to you in this situation. Make no mistake, I will guide and protect you. And yet think of the unparalleled rise in your own viewpoint if you are to stand up for yourself and speak up about your needs and your deepest truth. Now is the time to touch your power, for its heat and flame will ignite your passion, which will propel you forward in countless ways. Even in the face of fear, you can still stand up for your ideals and your truth. Be unwavering and make your stand today. Be assertive. Don't care about what others think. I think it's trust your instincts. The next thing. Trust, that your actions will work out. Speak your truth. Stick to your opinions and put your foot down. Yeah, I know that she was very upset with all the death threats. Of course, who wouldn't be, right, to her and her family. All right, now the last one is Ayanna Pressley, who is the congresswoman from Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, I believe it's Boston. Okay, let's see now. We get Aracura blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. Well, she doesn't strike me as somebody who would give up anyway. None of these women do. Okay. Let's see what we have here. AE. 1 second. Okay. I'll do the goddess first, because it tells you how to pronounce it. Aracura. I was right. Aracura is a Celtic and Germanic goddess who multitasks as an Earth Mother deity, a fairy queen, and also a bridge between earthly life and the hereafter. She helps us put our goals and challenges into perspective so that we don't needlessly stress ourselves. Call upon her for emergency money or help in manifesting supply. She's especially fond of assisting artists and inventors. Okay. Says here, in many ways you are like a flower bud who is ripe and ready to open and grow. Don't try to rush this process, as it's part of your beautiful path. Enjoy learning new knowledge and skills. Take your time to gather new ideas. Nurture your body with plenty of fresh air, sunshine, water, and healthful foods. Soon enough, you'll get the unmistakable signal that it is time to put your learning into action. Spend time among the flowers or work with the flower essences and oils to support your growth. It says slow down, have patience, get involved with gardening. I don't know if she has time for that. Use aromatherapy or flower essences and keep the faith. Okay, so interesting, right? Interesting reading. I don't usually use oracle cards or read from the book, but I thought it would be a fun exercise today. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe. Again, I got this directly from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, which I love, actually. And thank you, Doreen Virtue, for making them. And I'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye.